The Pokemon Presents today had a lot of new and exciting information on everything from Pokemon Legends Arceus to Pokemon Cafe Mix, and I'm here to break down and analyze most of it. Hi, I'm TEAMKYR from Shiny Siblings, and here's the Pokemon Presents breakdown. At the very beginning, we have the release date for Pokemon Unite Mobile, September 22nd, which you can pre-register on the Google Play and Android app stores. If Pokemon Unite receives 2,500,000 registrations, they will release Pokemon Unite license for Pikachu to everyone for free. And if there's 5 million registrations, we'll all get a Hollow for Pikachu too. On top of that, Mamoswine and Sylveon have been confirmed as playable Pokemon for Pokemon Unite. From what we saw, I expect Mamoswine to be a defender or an all-rounder, and Sylveon to be a speedster or an all-rounder. Next up, Pokemon Go is implementing Galar Pokemon, including Wooloo, Squovet, Zacian, Zamazenta, and Phalanx. And they teased a Hoopa event coming soon, since Hoopa is the one putting its dimensional rings there, like it did with that one Pokemon movie with the shiny Rayquaza and an Oras. Next up, we got a Pokemon Cafe Mix update, which I'm sure is exciting for the 10 5-year-olds who play that game. Now, Pokemon Masters is celebrating a 2-year anniversary with a huge amount of events. Leon and Eternatus are a sync pair. There's 100 no-cost scouts, 3 old legendary events that are returning, a special outfit sync pair and Reshiram, a new villain storyline, and 3,000 gems for logging in soon after the Pokemon Presents presentation was finished. Now is the time you've all been waiting for, the updates on the mainline Pokemon games. But before we begin, I'd like to give you a message for making it this far into the video. Hey everyone, it's TEAMKYR here, and I'd like to say thanks for making it this far into the video. If you've enjoyed it so far, please consider dropping a like on the video. Please leave your feedback in the comments section so we can figure out what people liked and disliked about the video. And if you'd like to see more content from us, please consider subscribing so you get notified when we post. All of these actions help a ton. Please enjoy the rest of the video. Alright, now it's time for the meat of the presents, the mainline Pokemon games. Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl had a few new interesting things to share. Some features are the return of following Pokemon, a few features from the Sinnoh games, trainer customization being introduced to Sinnoh, revamped contests with new animations, and an underground that lets you help control Pokemon spawns. You can force an icy area, a grass area, a fiery area, and a fiery area. Let's see, there's a rock type, another rock type, a bug type, and a fire type. It's a Houndoom. But Houndoom wasn't in the original games. So now we have confirmation of a revamped Pokédex with more than the 4 fire type lines of Pokemon Platinum. We're also getting a new Pokemon themed Switch Lite, modeled after the Diamond and Pearl DS. We also got news on pre-order bonuses. If you obtain the game before February 21st, 2022, you can receive a Manaphy egg via the internet. For buying the game digitally, you will get a code for 12 Quick Balls, and for buying the game as a double pack, you will receive a code for 200 Pokeballs. Finally, for Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, we got confirmation that Pokemon Home will connect to both Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl and our next topic, Pokemon Legends Arceus. Here's the main event, Pokemon Legends Arceus updates. We've got new Pokemon and new gameplay mechanics. Let's go over them one by one, starting with an explanation of how battling and catching works in this game. Pokemon will spawn according to location, weather, and time of day. You'll be able to sneak around and observe the Pokemon, finding out their disposition. Some Pokemon will attack you and some will run away, so you'll need to find different ways to approach Pokemon. Speaking of which, when attacking, the Pokemon will first attack you, which is why they added the roll mechanics in the game. If you lose too much health, you will black out and be sent back to your research camp. To stop yourself from being hurt, you can send out your Pokemon to weaken the opposing Pokemon. But before we get into the new battle mechanics, let's finish the last part of catching, the actual catching part. To throw Pokeballs, you have to click buttons to aim and throw your Pokeball easy peasy, unlike Let's Go. Now let's get into the battle mechanics. The battle mechanics in this game are a lot more like the anime than usual. By this, I mean you have the opportunity to use more than one move in a row. Depending on various speed factors, a turn sequence will be displayed showing who will move at what time, sometimes giving you or your opponent 2 turns in a row. Along with this, come 2 styles you can command your Pokemon to use the move in: Strong and Agile styles. Agile style will boost your action speed, but weaken your moves while doing so. This will allow you to make 2 moves in a row easier sometimes. This seems to be good with status moves, where you can buff yourself and immediately fire off a buffed move as seen in the trailer. It seems to be focused on long-term strategy. Strong style is kind of the opposite of this. The strong style buffs your move's power while decreasing your action speed, so it could give your opponent 2 moves in a row. This is geared towards ending the fight quickly so that your opponent doesn't have the chance to use those 2 moves. It'll be interesting to see what strategies come from learning to use these 2 styles. Now let's focus on your quest in this region, completing the first Pokédex. The team hiring you to do so is the Galaxy Expedition team, which seems to be the precursor of Team Galactic. The leader of the Survey Corps, Cyllene, is a strict person who seems to be related to Cyrus. If you didn't know, many of the names in Team Galactic have to do with heavenly objects, and this holds true for Cyllene. Their admins are Jupiter, Mars, and Saturn, which are all planets. One of their researchers is named Charon, which is a moon of Pluto, and their leader is Cyrus, which comes from the Persian for sun. Cyllene is the name of one of Jupiter's moons, and so the heavenly body's trend continues. Since Cyllene is a moon of Jupiter, maybe she could also be related to Jupiter too. Another member of the GET is Professor Laventon. I couldn't find either planetary origins or a Laventon tree, so my guess is he's named after the lavender tree, because most professors are named after trees. Finally, we have the boss, Commander Kamado, who is stated to be Professor Rowan's ancestor. He's a harsh and reliable leader, and his name means place for the cauldron, and is a reference to Japanese charcoal stoves. He might have been named this for his dark outfit and black hair, contrasting Professor Rowan's white hair and lighter colored outfit. The GET's and ultimately your home base is the headquarters in Jubilife Village, the precursor to Jubilife City. When catching Pokemon for the GET, you need Pokeballs. To obtain these, you can craft them from materials you find. You can also craft smokescreens to hide yourself, and heavy balls that are good at catching off-guard Pokemon with a decreased range. In olden times, Sinnoh was called Hisui. This new region also has new regional evolutions and new regional forms for the player character defaulted to Akiri and Ray to find and befriend. First up, we have our new regional forms, Braviary and Growlithe, and from here on out, I will use evolution in the Darwinian sense, and metamorphosis to reference Pokemon evolution. After each Pokemon, I will explain why I don't think we see this Pokemon anymore. Braviary flies in without a flock to migrate for the winter, and after it has metamorphosized from Rufflet, it is larger than its modern counterpart and gains the ability to send out psychic waves. Braviary seems to be our replacement for flying on a Charizard, Dragonite, or Aerodactyl like in Let's Go. Its newfound psychic ability may seem out of nowhere, however it actually makes quite a lot of sense. At home, Braviary's rival is Mandibuzz, a dark type. If this Braviary came into contact with Mandibuzz, it would have a really hard time fighting it, because Mandibuzz probably evolved in the Darwinian sense to hunt psychic type Braviary. To combat this evolution, Braviary also evolved to lose its psychic type disadvantage and to gain a few fighting type moves to gain an advantage on Mandibuzz. You may ask why modern Braviary learns fighting type moves instead of a super effective move against dark type like Fairy, if it truly was evolving to combat Mandibuzz, which is also a flying type, so fighting types would be neutral. To answer this, we look at modern day Braviary's prey, normal type small rodents. Its fighting type moves allow it to hunt better and fend off Mandibuzz too. However, in Hisuian times, Braviary still hadn't made that switch, and its solitary nature shows that most of its flock probably got picked off by Mandibuzz. In short, what I theorize is that this Braviary could be the true Braviary, before it evolved to combat its predatory rival and to hunt better. Hisuian Growlithe is now a rock fire type with a little horn on its head. This horn breaks off easily, and so it won't use it much. Hisui and Growlithe are usually found in pairs. Growlithe has developed extra fur to combat the cold winters of Hisui. Apparently, they live a long way from humans and don't trust them much, unlike modern Growlithe's tendency to help humans. I think we don't see them anymore because as nature stopped being so harsh, Growlithe lost the need for a hardened body and extra fur, and so it evolved to lose them. Now for regional evolutions, starting with Stantler's Wyrdeer. Wyrdeer comes from the word weird, the Anglo-Saxon concept of fate and destiny, and deer, the animal this Pokemon is based on. This explains why it's a psychic normal type. Wyrdeer is close to people and is a treasured ally and is noted as indispensable. People make fur coats off of the shed of its beard, legs, and tail. It is able to warp space with its psychic abilities and often leads a pack of Stantler. It seems to be the bike replacement in this game. My theory for how it disappeared is that people lost their reverence for it, and poachers started to want to get the fur straight off the beard and legs and tail for large amounts of fur, instead of waiting for small amounts of shed. This led to the only weak Stantler that couldn't evolve to remain, and the Wyrdeer died out. The last Pokemon is Basculegion, the evolved form of Basculin and a water ghost type. It seems to be a replacement for Waterfall and Surf in the game. Its name comes from bass, a type of fish, and legion, which comes from the name of the Roman army. Being named after an army and the ghost typing make a whole lot of sense when you find out that Basculegion is possessed by all the Morning Dead members of its school who couldn't make it upstream during rough conditions. The more souls possessing it, the more powerful it becomes. To quote the Pokemon site, the moment this Pokemon senses animosity, it will become enraged and attack relentlessly until the enemy is defeated. This Pokemon can swim forever without tiring. This is one of the darkest Pokédex entries to date, and I love it. I'd love to see an anime episode where there was an evil team who was able to simulate the conditions for Basculin's evolution based on a myth they'd heard about Basculin evolving, and then they would try to make it stronger by ordering hits on any friends it could make. It would be really dark and a great arc for Ash to help rescue this poor creature. I think this Pokemon stopped appearing because when nature stopped being so harsh, fewer Basculin died going upstream, and so less possessed each other, making it impossible for Basculin to evolve. The final announcements were that pre-ordering through the eShop will give you a code for 30 heavy balls, and from release to May 9th, 2022, you can get the Hisui and Growlithe kimono set via internet, revealing that there is trainer customization in-game. August's Pokemon Presents was a blast, and I'm really looking forward for later Pokemon events. Thanks for watching my breakdown and analysis of the Pokemon Presents, and I hope you enjoyed. See you later.